Why you can't afford to ignore cryptocurrencies and blockchains anymore. Hello and welcome to my channel. Everyone, I hope you guys are having a great day and I don't want you to become bored. Soon, I'll go right into today's video's topic, why you can't be afraid to ignore cryptocurrencies and blockchains anymore. Though cryptocurrencies have its foundations, blockchain technology have their ups and downs over the past 8 years that have evolved to a point where they pose a serious threat to banks as well as other centralized control systems like payment systems, insurance companies, law firms, and even governments. We can't blame senior bankers for neglecting the technology for so long with such a large sum of money going through their hands on a daily basis. They couldn't possibly imagine that one day they'd be up against an unstable digital currency based on a geeky distributed ledger technology. Cryptocurrencies, unfortunately for banks and other decentralized control systems, are here to stay. While early Bitcoin adopters and blockchain aficionados raise millions of dollars, others who are late to the party can only complain about cryptocurrency flaws and how blockchain threatens the system. Even they, however, cannot ignore the apparent advantages. The most serious danger that blockchain-based digital currencies represent to governments and traditional financial institutions is the erosion of their authority and the loss of their long-held control and enforced attitude. The fiat money is valued because it is backed by the government and controlled by stable banks in terms of price and availability. In the meanwhile, Bitcoin relies on allegedly impenetrable blockchain to completely bypass the regular banking procedure. In light of this, ignoring cryptocurrencies and everything they imply and offer appears unproductive. Governments and communities should be on the lookout for innovative methods to use cryptocurrencies and blockchains to improve the global economy and humankind in general. This is why. Number 1, most governments are unconcerned with cryptocurrency. Many governments are still opposed to use of blockchain, at least in part. Evidently, they are also uninterested in the backing of cryptocurrencies. Some countries, on the other hand, appear to be taking a more aggressive approach to the new technology. For example, China's central bank, the People's Bank of China, is experimenting with a cryptocurrency prototype. While the outcome of their efforts is yet uncertain, China may become the world's first country to have a fully operational government-approved cryptocurrency. Given China's digital currency initiatives, this does not appear to be completely implausible. Meanwhile, the Netherlands have established its own cryptocurrency for internal use in order to critically examine the technology and how it works in the real world. Russia has established a blockchain pilot program based on Ethereum, though Europe and Japanese central banks are using the same track, but they appear to be more interested in the potential benefits of blockchain technology as a way to improve their market infrastructure. We don't know how the government will harness the power of blockchain and reform the policies to address the risks imposed by cryptocurrencies. But one thing is certain, if you continue to ignore these cutting-edge technologies in favor of putting in well-paced and well-defined rules for their use, they will lose control of their global money supply. Bitcoin claims that it will be the first decentralized payment network that will be powered by its users with no central authority or middleman. 1. The lack of central authority is a primary reason governments are afraid of cryptocurrency. To understand this fear, it's important to know a little about conventional currencies. The phrase fiat currency refers to the traditional currencies issued by government. Governments declare that the fiat currency has a value for a growing number of individuals. That pledge is meaningless. Fiat currencies, after all, are not backed by actual assets. You can't give the cash back to governments in exchange for a bar of gold or silver, a bag of beans or a bag of cigarettes, or anything. Fiat currencies are only backed by government that issued them and are not by anything else. If you want gold, silver, beans, or cigarettes, you must trade your fiat currency with someone who owns the item. Governments control fiat currency. They utilize central banks to manipulate the economy by issuing or destroying money out of thin air, a process known as monetary policy. They also control over how fiat currencies are removed, allowing them to watch cash flow, determining who gains from it, collect taxes, and criminal activities. All of this control is lost when non-governing bodies create their own currencies. Currency management has a number of ramifications, the most notable of which are the fiasco policies and the economic climate and the crime-fighting operations. Despite the fact that each of these topics is vast and deep enough to fill books, a quick summary is sufficient to offer an understanding of the overall notion. Number 2, cryptocurrencies may face policy-related difficulties for being the first being. Central banks continue to have reservations about digital money general stability, as well as its value, privacy, and vulnerability to cyber assault and fraud. Governor of Federal Reserve Jerome Powell raised similar policy concerns in March and urged for thorough assessment. Cryptocurrencies, on the other hand, continue to evolve. Cryptocurrencies have a value of up to $150 billion, according to CoinMarketCap, with Bitcoin alone, with over 380% since the beginning of the year. The explosive increase of the initial coin offering investment in 2017 has only added to this trend. Governments will without a doubt have to come up with clear rules that address the usage of cryptocurrencies and blockchains at some time. Investors should keep away from such Ponzi schemes. According to a statement from the Ministry of Finance on cryptocurrencies, cryptocurrencies because there's a heightened risk of investment bubble of the sort of observed in Ponzi schemes. This is the latest in the long line of warnings and recommendations from India's government and central bank. Countries all around the world are debating the best regulatory structure to use in the sector. Any regulatory framework is the sector's necessity. A thorough grasp of how cryptocurrencies work and how they are structured. To begin, it's critical to grasp the distinction between virtual currency and electric money, a phrase that has become associated with cryptocurrencies. While electric money is legal cash, they may be stored in a chip. VCs are a type of money or currency that is backed by technology rather than sovereign authority. To be more explicit, Bitcoin uses cryptographic concepts to create a decentralized peer-to-peer ledger. The basic concepts that underpin Bitcoin were outlined in Satoshi Nakamoto's white paper from 2008, in which Bitcoin was described as an electronic peer-to-peer, fully decentralized currency system that eliminates the need for a centralized body because of the participants or miners determine the validity of transactions by solving a computationally difficult exercise based on a crypto hash known as a proof of work. Any malformed transaction is rejected and they continue working on finding the next valid block, after which they're rewarded with a transaction fee and a newly issued unit of currency. Public and private key pairs, a string of letters and numbers used to encrypt messages, are used to identify transactions in this network. Consumers protection, money laundering, and the financing of illegal operations have all been raised as a result of the increasing use of cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are designed to facilitate anonymous funding, making them impossible to find conduits for money laundering and terror financing. The worries about consumer protection, particularly in the retail sector, originate from their unpredictable character. Number 3, small businesses will benefit from blockchain. Despite the fact that cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology are still in their infancy, they have the potential to be the most significant technical advancement since the internet. This is welcome news for small and medium-sized businesses, which face stiff competition from large multinationals. Small companies benefit from blockchain because it creates a level playing field for all market participants. These advantages are particularly relevant to the Ethereum network. Blockchain enables for smart contracts and executed by decentralized self-governed commodities of small business owners by establishing a so-called digital anonymous organization. Blockchain technology eliminates intermediaries such as judges, attorneys, and insurance agents, resulting in significant decrease in operational friction costs and a radical simplification of cooperative operations. While this may appear unachievable to some, small companies have already begun to profit from blockchain. Appority, Snowup.io, and Blockcat are just a few of the technology's early adopters. Appority, for example, is a blockchain-based service market with a powerful smart contracts and the world's first decentralized escrow by tying the Ethereum blockchain and its own cryptocurrency, the OPP token, to the on-demand business model. It allows businesses and service providers and regular users to benefit from a level playing field in which independent commodities and communities of experts, standardized and established business rules, draw smart contracts, and protect all parties through the decentralized escrow service. The global economy can greatly benefit from the blockchain and cryptocurrency technologies. The path taken by Japan, the world's third largest economy, after the catastrophic financial disaster of Ms. Gox in 2014, is a great illustration. In Japan, Bitcoin is currently accepted as a legal form of payment as the currency gains traction among merchants in the country throughout the world. The country's major banks have begun to invest in Bitcoin exchange and Bitcoin blockchain for small cap businesses. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys have any questions concerning today's video, please leave a comment in the section below. Those questions that pique my interest will be pinned. So friends, hurry up. I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.